Do you know, I think it's so beautiful because I know the backstory of every one of these young people, which has been unbelievably painful. Sorry guys, but it's true. And then I watch life just evolve and flow, and I watch young people start to believe in themselves and then start to lift their heads up and stand up tall and start to achieve. And sometimes you wobble a bit and then you get up again. And it's just the most beautiful feeling. So I think we are so blessed because you trust us. We work hard with our relationships, but I often think I'm one of the luckiest people in the world because I get to know young people in a really close, loving way. But I feel really that it's not me, it's you. We're just there to help you on your way. And my biggest joy is to watch them walk away with their heads up high and their legs strong into the world. And I think you are all, as young people, getting that strength. You know, even coming today is a big challenge. And I know, you know, Mel, I'm sorry if I drop you in it, but for Mel, you are just taking every challenge and just saying, I'm going to walk into it, I'm going to walk into it, I'm going to do it. And when we first met a year or so ago, there was no way that in a million years you would have taken on what you did. And Charlotte the same, and Matthew the same. And just, you know, listening to you guys articulate your feelings and be able to talk about the world and the future is just magic. It's very special.
So Jo, tell me, when wilderness was picked as one of... So when this project was selected by Harry and Meghan to be one of a small number of charities that was going to benefit from people's generosity towards them as a couple for the wedding, what impact did it have on the charity?
Well,
Before you answer, and carry on.
Well, we need to get on. Sorry.
That's great. Can you stay where you are?
Okay.
And you were saying.
So I think that I was really giving it some thought, and I think we're a bit like a pyramid. So the top of the impact has been the kind of sense of recognition for the young people. Suddenly, you know, our voices are out there and young people are being recognized and seen for the beauty of who they are. And then the charity has kind of, from being a small charity that works really hard. I mean, Helen, myself, young people, we on the ground down here working really hard. And suddenly people heard about us. So it was an extraordinary opening of awareness of the magic that nature does, the power of young people to step up and our work. So, and then suddenly, I think it gave us gravitas, that we've been pretty humble as a charity, and suddenly people were, you know, if we're good enough for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, then we're something of value. And it just, honestly, when I talk about it, I could just cry because we've worked so hard for so many years, but we've not shouted or been out there. And suddenly, you know, it was like somebody saw us. So it's been amazing.
And to have that connection to the royal wedding, when you're out here in this beautiful countryside, and then the world's attention was on that wedding.
Well, I think it just almost felt unreal, to be honest. It was, you know, yes, we are here on the ground with the leaves and the mud and, you know, the stars and the trees, but actually I think it matters to them. So I think that what we do here, really, I do feel that when you read and understand, and you're only making an assumption, of course, but what really matters to them as human beings, I think this is something that touches them too. So there was a connection, and delighted to actually see them so happy. So, you know, that's beautiful.
So it was win-win, really, wasn't it? A beautiful wedding and an amazing boost for you.
Absolutely.
And just because, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? We're nearly at the end of 2018, and when you reflect on, I suppose, Meghan's journey over the course of the year, we're all on different tracks, aren't we? What have you made of her, and what resonates perhaps with what you've learnt about her and this particular charity?
Well, we were actually having a really big chat about it. And I think as a whole, I think it wasn't just my views, as a group of us together, we were just saying that when you really look at her interest in social justice, I think that really matters to us here. And I think that this opportunity to take people who in some way were never given the opportunity to shine, whether that's about empowerment or however you want to look at it, it's about enabling people to be the best they can be. I think she really stands for that. And I think for us as a charity, I mean, I think Prince Harry's been extraordinary on his mental well-being and nature connection and all of that. But you know, I think the Duchess of Sussex is bringing us another whole level of connection around working in a society that's going to be the best it can be. And I think that we are in a pretty weird space at the moment, politically, environmentally, and to actually have a younger couple who really stand for the values that I think we as a charity espouse as well, it feels really special to have that connection. There's nothing false about it. It feels really real.
Because you've had Prince Harry's been to visit as well. What would you like to show the Duchess if you could tempt her down to come and sit in the woods here? What would you like to share with her?
I would like her to hear the stories of young people who didn't think, and some of the older women we work with, who never thought anything was possible, who I think had lost hope. I mean, Mel, you're nodding at that. You know, where you lose hope and you think this is it. And actually it's never it. It's actually if you can stay looking to the horizon for new opportunity and be brave, and find somewhere people who will help you be brave, and then you walk forward. I think she would be blown away by the stories of the young people that we work with about walking into the knives of life and really making life work for them. It's really moving. I would hope that that would be something that would really touch her heart.
Tempt her down.
Tempt her down.
Tempt her
Oh, we'd
down.
love her to come. I think we would all love her to come. But, and you know, I think it's really nice if we can be natural together if she did come. Because I think these conversations around a fire are a primitive space where people can be themselves. You know, somehow we lose all the falsity of things.
Do you think she can be herself anymore? I mean, what do you...
You know, again, we were chatting about the challenge that she's had to take up. I mean, I don't think being in a high-profile position can be easy. But I think we agreed as a group earlier that actually, and I feel strongly about this, that actually she is going to be able to utilise that kind of reach she's got for good. So, yeah, I think she's brave. I think it's not an easy task to have taken on, but I think she's a brave woman. And when you look back to what she did at 11, standing up to, you know, things she didn't believe in and fighting for good causes, I think she's got guts, and I think and she does it in a really nice way. So she's not in your face. She's got a magical way of bringing people around to her way of thinking, which is very special.
Let's see what you guys think of her as well, because it must sort of be a nice thing to reflect on at this charity that has given you all such amazing support was recognised by Meghan and Harry. What do you think of them as a couple and her in particular now? What do you make of
I think it's amazing that their values they have, especially with their platform, and the amount of people who know about them and look up to them. I think Meghan in particular is very inspiring, and I think in this society it's really important for especially young females and teenage girls to have a role model like Meghan to look up to, and to really help, because she empowers young women so they can become empowered, and then they can also empower other women. So it's I really look up to her myself. Yeah.
And what in particular? I mean, it's quite a personal thing to say that you look up to her. What is there in particular that you admire about her?
I think it's her kindness and her attitude to just life in general. The way she's clearly very determined to speak her mind, and she's the way she does it is so lovely and caring. And for me, I am very one of my values is social injustice and injustice in general, and I'm really I'm passionate about that kind of thing. So it's great to have someone to look up to who's also very passionate about that.
So you can align yourself with
Yeah.
her a bit. That's really interesting. Thank you. And what do you think, John?
I just think it's so incredible that she uses her platform in such a powerful, strong way. She fights for what she passionately believes in, and I really admire that. I really admire that she believes that everyone should have their voice heard. I really love that.
Do you think there's a risk that might be a bit more tricky for her now that she's in the royal family? Because she had a pretty strong platform when she was working as an actor, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean potentially, but I think that shows real bravery that she's going out and she's fighting to change the lives of so many people every day. I think that shows real determination and just something really admirable about her.
And if she was sitting here now, given all the lessons you've learned over the last few months, what would you say to her?
I guess I'd say thank you. She's done a lot for just millions of people in general. I guess I say thank you for that, and just talk about how the charity work's really changed my life and how I perceive things so much. I'm so much more positive about the way I perceive things now, and just talk about how much it's really helped and how grateful I am. Yeah.
So you give her a perspective on the value of this sort of charity.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about you? What do you think of the royal couple? I mean, as a partnership with Harry and Meghan, how do you think that works, and what do you make of them?
I think it's so incredible to see that people will, so high up, will come together and help people that maybe be considered down below them, just for the fact that they consider us still people, and they can care for us, and they're brave enough to tell people about us and how they can also help people in so many ways, such as how they've helped us. So I'm not sure, I'm very sure that they've helped so many people over the years, and how they come together to do that is incredible.
And what do you think about Meghan in particular? I mean, she's sort of had quite a radical change of life, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's gone from Hollywood celebrity to being in the British royal family, and that's quite a big move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so incredible and so brave, and it's just unbelievable how much she can actually do, even though she doesn't need to. She chooses to help people. As for the change, it's just remarkable how she can almost survive that. It sounds really difficult, and just like,
So you've got
God
a bit of
pray to her.
sympathy for the pressure, have
Yeah.
you?